Okay, we're going to get started, and I really appreciate you all taking the time to get on this kind of, sneak preview call tonight. This was totally unexpected. We had some people out there that were kind of pounding us to do this call. So I thought I'd come out of the closet and do this call before we go into launch mode. What we're doing right now is Tracy and I are doing a soft launch. We know it's July. We know August is coming up, which is going to be my birthday, which is really cool. But what we want to do here is we just want to kind of, go through a beta testing process for the next 2 months. We really, really do, which means a soft launch gives some people a chance to get in and acclimatize themselves to what it is we're doing here, because I think what we're doing here is absolutely revolutionary. And if you know anything about my background, I'm a little bit disruptive, and I like to challenge the elements here. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about mentoring millionaires, a fabulous concept that's time has come. And it's really amazing for me to even be talking about this tonight, because I didn't really want to come back out of the closet and start teaching the untold trade secrets to marketing. I thought my life was set. I thought, okay, we've done extremely well. My kids are, in a really good place. My wife's in a good place. Our financial situation's in a really good place. Everything's okay. And I thought maybe I could just go into cruise control, and join various different business opportunities out there in the internet and maybe be an asset to the personal growth and development of various different companies out there. So for the last several years, we've been kind of checking companies out. We've put ourselves in there. We've built monstrous organizations. Tracy can tell you all about that as well, too. She can back up everything that I said. And only to find major disappointment, really, only to find major disappointment. Sometimes we're not equally yoked, and sometimes company owners have their own agendas. Sometimes people have different thought processes about the way they want to run a business. And I'm all about spirituality. When I say spirituality, I'm not about, organized religion. I'm about spiritual universal principles. And unfortunately, most company owners out there aren't qualified in that category. They're qualified many, many times over in their own self-centered needs, if you know what I mean. So after going through a few very interesting experiences, Tracy and I got talking over the last year. We had some issues with trust, not between her and I, but we had some issues with trust with companies. It's just a very difficult thing when you're putting your name on the line, putting your reputation on the line for somebody else's hidden agenda. It's really tough. And one of the things that I taught my students back in Mentors in Motion, I kid you not, this is really powerful what I'm going to tell you right now. One of the things I taught my students back in Mentors in Motion is that you can never really do due diligence. Everybody talks about this word due diligence. Did you check out the company? Did you fly out there? Did you meet the principals? That's smoke and mirrors. It really, really is. I get the reason why somebody would do that, but you know what? You never know what's in another man or another woman's heart. It doesn't matter how many times you meet them. It doesn't matter how big the building is. It doesn't matter how much gold's sitting on their desk. It doesn't matter how many Lamborghinis are sitting in the parking lot. You still don't know what's in another human being's heart. And if you don't believe me, try being married. And I'm not talking about my marriage, for example, but if any of you have ever experienced a divorce, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes you could be sleeping with the devil. And I've been married a couple times, so I know that experience, right? So you find the right person in your life, and maybe it's maturation. Maybe it's personal growth and development as you journey through your life and gain data and wisdom along the way, and then maybe people are willing to settle. So for me, marketing is an art. It's a science of empowering, communicating, and developing a relationship with another human being based on their needs and not mine or yours as promoters. And if you hear what I said there, if you can take this, I hope intellectually you can understand this, but more importantly, not just intellectually understand this, I'd love every single one of you to be able to internalize this, manifest it, and basically assimilate it and bring it to life within inside your every essence of your existence in the online business world or any business that you're in, even in your personal relationships. Marketing is an art. It's a science. And I'll break that down in the back office and video trainings. It's an art. It's a science of empowering, communicating, and developing a relationship with another human being based on their needs and not mine or yours as promoters or sales reps or somebody trying to sell something. Okay? I kid you not. And when you understand that, that's major league, the first step to massive success in this industry. So what's going on the internet right now, kind of, I dig it to some degree, but it kind of pisses me off at the same time too. There's a lot of manipulation out there. There's a lot of disconnection out there. That's the thing that I was teaching in Mentors in Motion, is using the spiritual laws to connect with another person. And it's not my spiritual laws. It's not like Val Smith is this guru or, he's God's gift to the world. This is just information that was passed on to me, taught by great teachers and educators. If you take a look at the most successful salespeople in the world, if you take a look at the most successful MLM companies in the world, the most successful affiliate programs in the world, in most cases, the biggest money earners in the world in multi-level marketing, the most successful companies in the world in multi-level marketing have a very small internet presence. As a matter of fact, they avoid the internet like the plague in a lot of ways for obvious reasons, right? So you've got to ask yourself this question, because I want you to remember this. There is a world within, there is a world without. The world without is a total reflection of the world within. Did you hear that? There's a world within, there's a world without. The world without is a total reflection of the world within. And so what happens is you've got this global worldwide population of people that are kind of staring at their computers, right? And then they kind of say, well, you know what? I'm really not happy with my life. I'm not happy with my situation. I'm not happy with where I am in this time and place and space. So they sit there and they stare at their computers and they say, well, I have a 9-to-5 job, or I work from 7 to 3, or I do this or I do that, whatever it is. They're in the rat race, right? And then they come home and they stare at their computer and they start thinking. There's a manifestation that starts to take place. They start thinking about potentially taking that computer and turning it into a vehicle to make money. But the big question is, how do you do it, right? Because there's so many gurus, so many experts out there on the internet. Everyone's got an opinion, including myself. But I think my opinion, and obviously I'm going to stand up for what I believe in, I don't think I'm right because everybody's right. They're just not always correct. I think I'm correct because marketing to me is a relationship. It really, really is. Tracy and I will always be loyal in our relationship online, our business relationship online, our friendship online forever. So death do us part, even though we're friends, because there's a loyalty factor. We've been through hell and back together. We have a story to tell. We have the same spiritual, we have the same daily living principles in life. We understand how people should be treated. We want to respect others as people would respect us. That's a part of business, okay? Unfortunately, the internet, not the internet itself, it's a beautiful vehicle. It's a vessel. It's a vessel. But there's a lot of contamination out there because we're being taught to disconnect. We're being taught to brand websites. We're being taught to brand leaders and gurus. How many of you put other people's pictures or how many people's books or blogs are on your website or talk about your mentors? I'm not into that stuff. You never see me post about books or blogs or mentors. You know why? Because it's not about them anymore. It really, really isn't. It's not about them anymore. This is my journey. This is my story. And that's why my story marketing is where it's at. And if you're not willing to develop a story, if you're worried about what everyone else is doing, and if you're worried about the company's doing, and if you're worried about the compensation plan, and if you're worried about who your upline is or who the superstar is in your company, you're doomed for failure. You should be the mentor. You should be the person that's being edified. You should be the person that's being showcased. Why? Because it's all about you. People buy you, whether you want to hear that or not. The only reason why I've been able to teach 2.8 million people around the world, the only reason why I've only been able to generate over $800 million in sales through my sales teams is because I became the issue. It wasn't the product, wasn't the company. It was about results. And people buy results. And the results have to come from you. And so have you ever wondered what to say to somebody when they say, well, how much money are you making? You know why they're saying that? You know why they're asking you that question? Because they're looking for results. They want to buy you. But if you're not giving them a reason to buy you, you're kind of wondering why things aren't happening for you out there in this great company that everyone's bragging about with this great compensation plan, and God's gift to the world is the master distributor. That's all a crock of shit. Excuse the language. But that's all a crock of shit. It is. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to come into this webinar or business briefing or conference call or whatever you want to call it and lie to you. I want to tell you the truth. And you know what? Truth hurts. There's two principles in life and business. Okay, guys? There's two principles in life and in business. Pain and pleasure. And so the predators understand pain. The predators also understand pleasure. You know why I don't play chess? You know why I don't play chess? Because I would lose. I'm not a chess master. So if I were to go up against a chess master, being ignorant, uneducated, not having the skill set, not really understanding the dynamics and the know-how of the game, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to become a casualty. I'm going to become a casualty, correct? So that's why I don't play chess, because I'm not interested in becoming a casualty. Well, guess what? There's a lot of chess masters out there on the internet, and many of them tell you they're your best friends, and many of them tell you that we're buddies and we're pals, and many of them lead you and guide you all over the place, right? But what they're really not telling you is how they're making their money. What they're really not helping you develop is your skill set. Anybody can teach automation. Anybody can teach tools. Anybody can teach technology. But what about you coming out and evolving and growing? You see, marketing has always been network marketing, multi-level marketing. The great teachers of days gone by, you know, from the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, going all the way back to Nightingale Conan, marketing is self-development and professional development. Multi-level marketing is all about professional development. People think it's about making money. You don't make money unless you self-develop. You know what I'm saying? So this leads me into mentoring millionaires. I was finally convinced in my heart and soul that what I was doing here, what Tracy and I were doing together here, we were in synchronicity with each other. It was the correct thing to do. We want to come out and teach you how to make your life easier on the internet. Now, I know some of you have great guidance and direction from people that you highly respect on the internet. I dig it and I respect that. But there's things that we could possibly show you here that can crank up your sales volumes, that can crank up your sex appeal, if I may use that word on the internet, meaning law of attraction. More people will be attracted to you if you become a little bit more sexier in your approach on the internet. It's all about communication. When you study TV commercials, when you study media format and advertising, what they're doing is they're communicating using various different influences to stimulate the subconscious mind, okay? So for you to go out there and just take a self-replicated website and think you're going to get rich and show it to 6 or 7 people, it's not going to happen. For you to sit there and think you're going to get spillover, it's not going to happen. You could have spillover. I mean, I had one lady, check this out. I had one lady that came into a company. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a longer call tonight because I have some stories to tell you. I got this one lady out of Texas, really good marketer. She was putting out videos and all this for a health and nutritional company. You know how many people I put underneath her? 14,782 people. 14,782 people underneath her position in a particular company. And she wasn't willing to put in 2 people to pick up a check for about $6,000 to $7,000. Why? I'm not going to use the language that I possibly could use as to why, so we'll leave that a mystery for now, just like how do you put the caramel in the caramel chocolate bar, right? We'll leave that to be a mystery. But what that tells me is that people are irresponsible, it tells me that people are neglectful, and it tells me that people sometimes aren't worthy of even working with. All right? It's all about a mindset. So with mentoring millionaires, what we need to do is we need to create a format, a formulation, a foundation around the most powerful component in marketing. You know what the most powerful tool in the world is for you to be successful and build a healthy, long-lasting business? The most powerful tool in the universe is you. And if anyone tells you any different, just do what I do. Call them a liar. You're the most powerful tool in the universe that's going to dictate whether you succeed or fail. It's all going to come down to you. So doesn't it make sense? Does it not make sense if you're the most powerful tool in the universe and you have an internet presence that you probably shouldn't be hiding, that you should probably be thinking of small, very simple, easy ways to move forward in your business and get people to like you, get people to want to talk to you, get people curious? What do you do with a lead capture page? When you get a lead capture page from a particular company, or maybe you're marketing a particular automated system that somebody's bragging about, automated systems are a dime a dozen. The only thing that makes an automated system different is the internal instrumental tools inside that psychologically stimulate somebody to want to make a decision or move forward or to basically stay on your list, right? So what are you doing for you? Is your capture page about you? Or is your capture page one of those really, interesting ones where, a system developer says, oh, well, I can sell you leads, or I can generate leads, or we can generate clicks, or, hey, buy my service. We call them service providers. And you ask them the question. Most people don't have the guts or the self-esteem to ask them this question. Excuse me, sir, ma'am, when you send out, after you take my money from me, when you send out the campaign, what is the website that people are going to be looking at where they might psychologically be stimulated to want to do business with me? Well, don't worry about that. It's totally generic. We got this great couple walking hand in hand on the beach, and it says, stay at home, Mom. Stay at home, Dad. Earn $10,000 a month part-time using our automated system. And you, too, can walk hand in hand on the beach. Really? How about a couple? You've got this beautiful couple, all photoshopped and crap, right off of Google. They take the images off Google for free. They kind of steal them in some cases, and they put them on Google, right? And it's this happy couple walking, with 4 kids along the sidewalk, and they're eating ice cream, and they're walking a dog, and you've got this utopic family, God's gift to the world family, and their life is perfect. And they tell you can make $10,000 a month part-time working from home. Ask me how, whatever it is, So what does that have to do with you? First off, is your life perfect? Well, if your life's anything like mine, it's not perfect. Okay? So I'm going to make an assumption, and I have no problem stating it. None of your lives on this call are perfect, but they're worth living, and they're worth living at a successful level. Okay? So nothing is perfect out there. So those websites, what those service providers are using out there to psychologically manipulate money out of our pockets, and I have no problem saying that. I understand this game better than anyone I know. I don't know anyone that can give me a full report on this industry like I can at the highest level. So they take our money and then they send that out, and then we get these clicks. Well, I got 17 leads in my back office today. I got 314 leads in my back office today. Then what? Well, we've got these copywritten letters from these really awesome copywritten gurus, and these letters are going to go out to these people 3-4 times a week or maybe twice a week, and these letters are going to close. I get it. But you know what? What if out of those 17 people, what if 8 of them were really good? What if out of those 342 people, 125 of them were really cool? You'd be lucky to get 2 or 3 out of the 342. You know what I'm saying? So why waste all that? Why not put your universal energy into it? The only reason why, you know why you're on this call tonight? Are you on this call tonight because somebody threw out the name on the internet? mentorsinmotion.net. That's not why you're on this call tonight. You all want to see or hear what this freak of nature, Val Smith, has to say. I'm the attraction of this call because you're coming here to evaluate, or you're coming here to be entertained, or you're just coming here out of curiosity to see what this multimillionaire has to say. Is he real? Is he not? Whatever it is, right? So I made myself the issue. Do you see what I'm saying? So every website that you are marketing should be about you. You shouldn't be marketing the gurus out there. You shouldn't be marketing the top distributor, some gorgeous, good-looking model in our company, good-looking guy out of Florida or something's making $110,000 a month, and, we're all sitting here paying $150 a month auto ship, and we're not even making $12. But I'm still going to stay with it because I want to be attached to something, right? It doesn't work like that. You need to be attached to yourself. You know what? I love myself. I do. I know how good I am, right? You're all saying, this guy's an arrogant jerk. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I feel good about myself enough to put myself out there. I feel good about my sense of knowingness, my sense of knowledge. I feel good about my sense of expertise. Why? Because I knew if I was going to be successful in this industry, I knew if I wasn't going to be unhappy in life, I knew if I didn't have to work for a living and scratch my head and worry about foreclosures and where am I going to get my rent money and, oh my God, I can't even buy groceries this week and, my power is going to be turned off and my cell phone bill is going to go down the toilet. I realized I had to become the best of the best. Whether I'm the best of the best or not doesn't matter, but to me I am. And you know what? To you, you should be. You should be the best of the best. How do you do that? You learn this industry. You learn a lot about yourself. You get caught up in the self-development part of it. You don't sit there and say, well, I don't know if I can afford it. You don't want to be like those people out there that are always concerned about the money, because being concerned about the money is lack, it's poverty, it's welfare mentality. You should always be asking yourself, how can you better this? How can you better that? How can I get involved in this business opportunity and make more money? You know, do you see what I'm saying? But people choose to be self-defeated. So these are all things you need to learn. So going back to the contact manager, what do you do with the contact manager? You know what I love about the internet? You know what I love about a contact manager? It collects a phone number. And you know what I do? I have no issue phoning people. Do I phone them up and say, hi, Sally, how are you today? I understand you're looking for a home-based business. Well, let me tell you, I've got the home-based business for you. You know what I do that's really simple, and I teach this? Because everything that I teach is not complicated. Everything that I teach is not superhuman. Everything that I teach is not a secret. All I teach is what a child would do. Hi, Sally. Val Smith here, returning your call. How are you? My wife, Benita, left a message on my desk, said you came through my website last night. I just wanted to make sure I got back to you, see if you had any questions, or to find out just a little bit about where it is you're heading on the internet. It's as simple as that. We're just returning a call. Let's say you have a lawnmower for sale, okay? I'm doing a little bit of a training tonight in this call. The calls won't normally be like this, but I just really want to leave an impression on every single one of you. So let's say you have a lawnmower for sale, and you put that lawnmower in your local buy and sell newspaper or your Kijiji, or maybe you put it on a bulletin board, you know, at the library or at the supermarket, right? And the lawnmower says, you know, the sign says for sale, Lawn Boy lawnmower, $125. Used it for only 2 years, bought a lawn tractor, you know. So I phone it up, right? I get an answering machine. Hi, how are you? I understand you have a lawnmower for sale. I was wondering if you'd be so kind enough to get back to me. I'm very interested in that lawnmower that I saw listed at the local supermarket. My name is Val Smith. I'm at 780 blah, 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 blah. So now what do? Do you go run and plug that information into an autoresponder? Do you basically send me a website of a picture of a lawn boy at Sears? Do you have to three-way me into your upline and say, hi, you know, I've got a lawnmower for sale, but I'm really scared and nervous right now, and I'm having heart palpitations, and my hands are sweating, and my tongue's stuck to the roof of my mouth, but my upline's going to explain to you why you probably want to go over to my house, which is about 7 houses away from you, and pick up the lawnmower and pay me $125. You know what I'm saying, people? Do you see why it's important just to say hi? Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Val Smith here. Hey, I understand you have a lawnmower for sale. I was wondering if you'd be interested in selling that to me. Rhonda phones me back. Hi, Val, this is Rhonda. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come get it. You know? Why does marketing have to be so complicated? Why do these people have all these secrets on the internet? Why do people have to teach us how not to be ourselves? I remember when I tried to be everything else that the books told me, the motivational seminars, the books, the tapes, the audios. I never made any money. And then when I got rid of all my books and my tapes and my audios, I made a ton of money. I became really good, you know, because I became really good at being myself. So what Tracy and I put together here at Mentoring Millionaires is absolutely phenomenal. I think it is. It's got a little bit of the Mentors in Motion flair to it. It teaches you the power of communication, how to connect, how to bond, how to basically get somebody to say yes in less than 45 seconds. Imagine being able to do this. Get somebody to say yes in 45 seconds or less, 100% of the time, unless they don't understand English because they only understand how to do it in English, how to get them to say yes to evaluating anything you want them to evaluate. They don't say no, unless they're dead. They're a cadaver, okay? Wouldn't you like to be able to learn that, to get people to evaluate? Because without any exposure to your business, if there's no exposure, guys, if you don't have exposure, you're not going to get a closure. You know what I'm saying? So we need to learn simple, easy steps how to expose our business, how to close our business. It's not rocket science. There's no major secret out there on the internet. Everyone's got a secret, right? The secret is there is no secret. You know, so these things are really important. How do you build massive organizations? Okay? What do you say to somebody when they say, well, how much is it going to cost me? Well, it's going to cost $1,000. Oh, I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? What do you do when you're in a marketing situation where you're marketing something and somebody says, well, I went to your conference call, I went to your website, and I took a look around. As a matter of fact, I spent 4 weeks looking at your material. I really love this. Like, Brenda, I really love this, but I just don't have $499. But I'd really love to be a part of it. So what do you say to them? Well, you know what? I'll just leave you on my list, and you can collect all these auto-responded letters, and, maybe I'll get back to you in about 3-4 months. Hopefully your situation's going to be a little bit different. That is absolutely pathetic. That's not what you do with a lead, a prospect. When somebody's telling you, I'm really interested in what it is you have, but, my wife and I just got married, or my husband and I just got married, and we got a mortgage, and, we just got some financial crisis going on in our lives right now, but maybe in 9 months down the road it'll be a better situation. You don't let that person off the hook. There's a better way to get them to say yes in less than 60 seconds. They'll say yes, unless they're liars. I can always tell when somebody's a liar. They'll say no after they told me they want this and they want that and they want the other. So that means they didn't have integrity, which means you don't want them in your business anyhow. So what Tracy and I have done, I've just got so much information in my head today, guys. I could sit here and talk to you all for 3-4 hours. I could blow your minds with information and education that would take you, like if you're only making $3,000-4,000 a month on the internet right now, that's nice, but it's not impressive. It's not impressive. So the world that I live in is a heck of a lot more than $3,000 to $4,000 a month. It's a whole lot more than $10,000-20,000 a month. You want to learn how to do these things. People will be very impressed when you have a lot to offer outside of just directing them to a website. Hey, man, go check out my link. You want to find out more about me? Go check this out. No, you want to find out more about me? Let's have a conversation. And if you want to find out more about me and we don't have time to do that conversation, well, guess what? I've got a video. If you want to find out a little bit more about me, if you want to see my daughter, you want to see my son, you want to see me playing with the dogs, you want to see my wife, you want to see where we eat, sometimes you want to see where we live, I've got a video to show you all that. People want to know who they're doing business with. And if they don't, they're foolish. I'm not going to send somebody $100. I'm not going to send somebody $1,000 through a damn autoresponder. I'm not going to send somebody money that is not willing to have a conversation with me and hope that some external component's going to close the deal. That is beyond stupid. How do I know? Because I used to be stupid. My first name was stupid. I have no problem saying that. Fastest way to get chargebacks in your business is being disconnected. So as far as Tracy and I are concerned, the internet is a beautiful world. It can be utopic. There's incredible people there. And some of you that are on this call are friends of ours, friends of Tracy's, friends of mine. And we respect you guys. We do. We love you guys. And you know why we respect you guys? We love you guys? Because we have a relationship with you and not your damn automation. You know why we care about you? Because we have a relationship with you and not some damn post on the internet. Having a conversation with a real live person, it's great. So when you're building a business on the internet, always understand this. It's dating. It's courting. It's like a dating service. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to, like your thoughts or the way you think or the way you speak, But I bet you there's going to be a whole lot of people out there that will like you and gravitate to you if you become authentic, you become real, you have integrity, you have credibility, and you become consistent at what you do. You have to start from somewhere. So we put together a back office at Mentoring Millionaires. And one of the prerequisites, one of the criterias that was really important to me, and I got to give Tracy all the credit in the world, because without her, this never would have happened. Never mind me. I'll always be Val Smith and always be good. But Tracy is the rock behind me in this particular business. She's the rock. She's the rock. She's busted her butt. She's done more than can be expected to make this happen. And I just have to say that because she deserves the credit. She does. I get credit, But what she's done with the website, what she's done with technology, what she's done to compensate for computer programmers that we paid a lot of money to that totally screwed certain things up, Tracy went out and corrected a lot of things. And I'm just being upfront with you. Without knowing how to do it, she went and taught herself how to do it, and she's done a fantastic job. When you take a look at the capture pages in the back office, those capture pages, the video ones were paramount. I said, Trace, the video ones first. Why? Because the video ones are the most intimidating. And if you understand anything about martial arts, I come from a martial arts background, it can be intimidating. But you know what? No pain, no gain. It's the best build. It's the best experience, and you'll love us for it. Okay? Remember what I said. Capture pages are all about you. So we're working from the two most powerful words in the universe. Does anyone know what the two most powerful words in the universe are? I am. I am. I am Val Smith. You know, I am Brenda Robinson. I am Wayne Kruger. I am Tracy Jameson. I am Rhonda Clark. I am whoever you are. That should mean something, and you should feel proud about that every single day, because you are somebody, and you are important, and you matter. Okay, every single one of you on this call, you matter. So I said to Tracy, I said, I want the video capture pages first. Everything else comes last. But you know what some weasel would do? I had no problem saying a weasel. A weasel meaning a weakling. What a weakling would do is say, oh, well, let's put the static pages in first because we want to be really nice with people, and, you know, we don't want to challenge them in any way. We don't want to upset them. We don't want to ruffle their feathers. That's not me. I'm not like that with my kids. I challenge my kids every day. I challenge my wife every day. I challenge Tracy every day. I challenge my dogs every day. I challenge the people around me every day to become bigger and better. And you know what? If I didn't challenge Tracy the way I challenge her, and I don't even need to challenge her. She knows what I'm thinking before I'm even thinking it, and she doesn't disappoint. She goes out and she gets it done. Those things mean so much to me because that's what I'm all about. I don't like to disappoint. You know, I don't like to disappoint, and that's why Tracy and I are doing our own project, our own company, because we have so much to offer, and we're not into disappointing people. We can't control what we can't control, but now we can control what we can control, if you know what I'm saying. We're better company owners than we are being somebody else's BITCH. You know what I'm saying? So we're here to empower the people. So those lead capture pages, they're about you. What's your story? What's your experience? We've got a multitude of templates in the back, from boardrooms to limousines to drive-in movie theaters to patios in Miami, to patios in Italy, to billboard signs. Imagine going to a lead capture page, and I would be excited, guys. I would be pumped. If you sent me to a lead capture page for a health and nutritional product, and all I saw was hi, how would you like to escape the rat race? How would you like to break the trend of going through the treadmill every day and you have to basically sit in a cubicle? Are you kidding me? People still use moronic videos like that? Companies still use moronic videos like that? No, you know what the video should be? Hi, I'm Rhonda Clark. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience and why I'm here. Hi, I'm Tracy Jameson. Let me tell you my story. Let me tell you what's happening in my world. And let me tell you how I went from the basement to the penthouse, and I'm never looking back ever again. Hi, my name is Val Smith. Let me show you how I went from shy, scared, introverted, puking, having anxiety attacks, worrying about everything, having sleepless nights, to now having an incredible lifestyle, owning 17 homes, doing over $800 million in sales. Kids go to a private school. And all that came from a basement apartment. For real, a basement apartment. Everyone lives in a car. Everyone lives in a basement apartment or something, but I really did. So it's amazing to see where I came from. So all these things are important because I want to know about you. I want to know what you have to offer. And you see, one of the things I taught in Mentors in Motion, guys, is this. If somebody's going to try to sell you something, if somebody wants to recruit or sponsor you into a business opportunity, what are you going to be sold by? Hey, man, I'm going to give you a top position. Hey, man, you're going to have spillover. Hey, man, you can just kind of sit there and wait and see what happens. Are you freaking kidding me? Or would you kind of like this? Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Val Smith here. So if I'm going to bring you to this business opportunity, why is this going to be so unique, so different from all other teachers and mentors that you've worked with? Or, why am I so different from the other person that's trying to pitch you? Well, let me tell you the numbers that I do. Let me show you my system and methodology. Let me show you how we expose 1,500 people a day potentially speaking. Let me show you how to close people in 45 seconds or less. Let me show you how people can get involved in any business opportunity in the world without taking one penny out of their pocket. Let me show you all the things that all those other people out there that are pitching you don't know how to show you. So who's going to have the better close? Well, possibly even the person with the spillover. But I can tell you that's only going to last 90 days. 90 days tops, because that person's going to quit their auto ship. That person's going to do a chargeback. That person's going to do something because there's no value in being manipulated. There's no value in staying in bed and being brain dead and pretending you're going to make money. There's no value when you separate yourself from X amount of dollars only to be pissed off 90 days down the road because the person lied to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my kids go to a private school, because they can learn more. They can learn a higher level of education than maybe kids in a traditional school, because we pay more money for it, and there's smaller classrooms. So the whole point being is, guys, you got to ask yourself the question, where do you fit in? Where do you fit in? What world do you fit in? Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to learn how to become a giant communicator? Are you ready to change your marketing ratio into bigger numbers than they are right now? Because we can help you do that. I mean, we've got an immense library of capture pages, the video capture pages, and then we're going to be releasing the static pages as well, because we know people want static pages. We'll have them there as the backup. Man, I'll tell you, I would be so excited if any of you would actually use the video pages, gave your testimonial on a video page in a boardroom or on a drive-in theater, or maybe on stage where the red curtains are in the background, or maybe you're on a billboard, or maybe you're at the Staples Center on the scoreboard, where thousands of people are looking at you. We got some really cool templates there, I want to know more about you. If we're going to do business, I want to know more about you. And that's just the way the real world works. And that's why a lot of people won't come to the internet or are afraid of the internet, because all they think about, that must be a scam. That must be a scam. You know why it must be a scam? Because there's a major disconnection there. The communication level is nil. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter when somebody tells you can work. I'm almost finished this rambling part, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about money here, and I promise I'll stop. But the whole point is, there's no such thing as, hey, man, I've got this automated system. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to sponsor. You don't have to pick up the phone. You don't need to talk to anybody. That's a pipe dream. How do I know that? Because all the people that I know that promote that are broke. All the people that I know that promote that have now changed their ways. One guy phones me up and he says, hey, Val, I want to show you the system. I'm not going to name the company. And I said, well, I saw you on Facebook today saying, hey, you don't need to promote. You don't need to make phone calls. You don't need to, you don't need to do anything. As a matter of fact, you can get involved in the business free. But I can make $1 million in 12 months, but I can get involved in it free. And I said, oh, by the way, why are you phoning me? You know what I'm saying? There's so much that I want to teach you guys tonight. I'm just so excited about wanting to teach you about responsive leads and how responsive leads are, not what you think they are too. There's so much I could sit here and tell you about spending money. So the bottom line is, I think you're all smart enough to know that you've been spending money. I've been spending money. We've all been spending money. Think about the hundreds of millions of dollars that are being wasted every single day in campaigns on the internet because they're done incorrectly. All right? Most of that stuff is short-term gain. And I totally understand why the best of the best, the most powerful companies, the most powerful and most influential and the biggest money earners in the industry have a very small internet presence. Oh, yeah, they have an internet presence, but it's very small. And I totally understand why. Isn't that amazing? So Tracy and I decided we would put together a compensation plan to psychologically stimulate you to want to learn how to become 10-foot-tall bulletproof and learn how to walk on water in the home-based business industry and take your game to another level. Okay? And I know some of you have some great teachers and mentors out there. I know many of you spent a fortune on all that stuff, but you know what? I think you really need this, because what I do, what we do here is different. It really is. In the back office right now, in 1993, a course came out of Toronto, Canada. There's a gentleman that taught it all over Canada in a 2-day seminar. The course came out of Toronto, Canada. Most powerful course I ever went through in my life. And I've been to Anthony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor. I've been to, you name it, I've been there. But I'll tell you this, we put this course in the back office, all right? It's the most powerful course. This course had people flying in from Lear jets all over the world. This course was making people that were earning $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in their 9-to-5 jobs. It took them to the stratosphere. I saw these people from 1995 to 96, 97, 98. These people were making over $400,000, $800,000 a month. Many of the biggest names in the industry have this course hidden in their archives. They don't talk about it too much. It's a little bit different. They won't teach this information in high school, college, and university. You know why? It would forever change the way the world thinks. It's not about motivation. It's not about goal setting. It's way bigger and better than that. It's not an Anthony Robbins how to get off the power positive, how to get off the rock of procrastination and all that stuff. It's a way better than that. It's very mind of a child. And no, it is not. It is not the master key system. I think it's a way better than that. So we've got that in the back office too. So if any of you ever, want to challenge yourself to become bigger and better, that course is going to be the biggest stepping stone. That course helped me to understand every event in my life. Everything, the good, the bad, the ugly that took place. No teacher and mentor, no guru on the internet could ever teach me what's inside that course. It's not physically possible. It's a personal journey within yourself, all right? And it's not about motivation, inspiration. It's about universal principles. But it's the way that it's done, the way that it's laid out that makes it so unique, so different from everything else out there. I highly recommend you get access to that. So what Tracy and I have done here, because I can ramble on, this is a general talk. I can do these calls probably in about 20 minutes, but tonight being a sneak preview, I had to basically, add to the equation tonight and really help you understand where I'm at and what's going on and why we're doing what we're doing. So Tracy and I talked about this, and we were looking at price points. And when I did Mentors in Motion, right, when I did Mentors in Motion, I sold it for $499. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to make this affordable for everybody out there on the internet. I didn't want to hear excuses. So I took a look. You know what? Could people afford maybe $12 a month? The answer had to be yes. And then after that, could people afford maybe $3 a month from the second year on? So what we did is we made this $147 to get this package that you can't even put a price tag on. If I teach you some modules, if I teach you some components here, if I can help make your life become financially independent, would that be worth $147? And there's no monthly fee. Isn't that a beautiful thing? No monthly fee. And what if we could have it so that you all earn commissions and you got 100% of the commission? What if we made it that you got paid instantaneously? You didn't have to wait for some company owner to go through a merchant account and then, well, should we pay the distributors this week or should we not? I wonder what we should do. How would you like to be able to just instantaneously get the money in your account the same day? Touch it, feel it, smell it, cash it, spend it, go on a shopping spree whenever you want. How would you like to be in a business where you have instantaneous control? Isn't that amazing? So we designed it. I'm giving you everything I know for $47 because Tracy and I get $47 as the admin for the year. And we've got to do all the work. We've got to come to the calls. For me to do this call tonight, I would charge any other company $2,500. And I'm getting nothing on tonight's call to do that, hopefully planting seeds that germinate and helping you make the right decision for yourself to better yourself. So for $147, it's a steal. It's unheard of. And the beautiful thing is you all can market this. You can all take this to the world, this message. If it resonates, if there's anything here that makes logical mind of a child sense to you, you can earn $100 on every sale. And one of the things that we did here is we said, you know what, affiliate programs out there are great, right, because you get 100% of the commission, but we realize that, you probably are looking for a little bit of a residual type of factor, right? You probably would say, well, I can only go out and 7-8 people, I make 7-8 sales, and then I'm done. So I'm going to show you a compensation plan that revolutionized the 90s. People talk about multi-level marketing. Well, I'll tell you something. This compensation plan can pay you more than multi-level marketing. How do I know that? Because I've seen it in the past. Multi-level marketing, you need thousands of people to make a lot of money. I know how to put thousands of people in a company. Do you? The last MLM that we kind of did, or the second last one we did, we put 487,000 people in it in 8.5 weeks. Almost 500,000 people. Do you know how to do that? Do we know how to do that? Does the average person know how to do that? So you're going to need thousands of people to make a couple $1,000. But with this affiliate one-up system, this can revolutionize your pocketbook. This can revolutionize your bank account. So when somebody says, what do you do for a living? You never say, I do anything for a living. You do it for a living. When somebody says, Val, what do you do for a living? I said, I don't do anything for a living. I do it for a living. What do you do? I go to the bank and make deposits. Then I go home and take care of my kids and drive them to school, and I figure out what I want to do with the rest of my time. So I'm going to show you something really cool here, all right? I'll do this pretty quick. I hope you can stay with me. This compensation plan is so simple that it becomes so complex. But I want to show you how you can earn an incredible income off the referrals of others that believe in what it is we're doing here and believe in you based on the great promotional work you're going to learn how to do, okay? So it all starts with you. So can you remember that or draw that out or get a piece of paper? I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. It all starts with you, okay? So I put the word you in there and I draw a circle. And off to the left, I put sponsor, because obviously you have to be sponsored by somebody, right? Person that kind of shares the good word with you. So when you come in, you pay one time out of pocket $147, okay? $47 goes to admin, $100 goes to your sponsor. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Sponsor, if that's you. You made $100. In MLM, when you make one sale, you really don't make anything because you're still not qualified yet to make any money. So you've got $100. So now, what are you going to do? The whole idea is for you to utilize the system to share with others a very, very powerful way to basically help these people evolve, grow, and better their lives personally, spiritually, financially. Okay, so you bring in your first sale. Now remember what I said, it's a one-up. So underneath you, you might bring in somebody by the name of Rhonda. I'll just use that name, Rhonda, because she's a good friend of mine. So I got Rhonda. So when Rhonda comes in, am I going to make $100? No. Because the very first sale, this is why we call it a one-up. The very first sale is the one-up qualification. You got to qualify. So what I would do is I'd pass Rhonda up, unfortunately. I say that with a smile on my face. No, you always want to bless or you always want to be a benefactor in supporting your sponsor. I'll pass Rhonda up to my sponsor. My sponsor will deal with Rhonda directly. Rhonda goes to the website. The website is totally automated. First payment, boom, 47 goes to admin automatically. The system does that. Rhonda goes to the second page as instructed. Boom, the $100 goes to the sponsor. And the qualification, the system is designed so that the sponsor on the one-up gets the first sale. So now Rhonda is in the pay line of the sponsor. So now you can go out and maybe refer a second person, okay? Let's say that second person is Brenda. Brenda comes in because you're qualified by redoing your one-up, passing that one-up to your sponsor. Guess what happens? Your second sale is Brenda. You now personally make $100. Congratulations. Okay, and the money goes directly to you, doesn't go to the company. All you do in the back office is fill in the various information if you want to be paid, via PayPal as an online processor for making a direct retail sale between you and another party. No MLM, no downlines, no tiers. All right? It's just a direct retail transaction between you and another person. If you want to get paid through Payza, if you want to use Upheld, or whatever methodology you want that person to pay you with, that's totally up to you. This is your business. It's not mine. Okay? So now, what's Brenda going to do? Well, Brenda wants to qualify, right? You're her sponsor. She wants to qualify. She brings in Wayne. Wayne's her first sale. It says, wow, I love this stuff. I want to eat this up. Well, guess what? Brenda's got to refer Wayne to you. You make $100. Did you know Wayne? No. Do you know Wayne now? Yes. Why? Because Brenda introduced you to Wayne. So now you just made $100. You made $200 today. You know how many people would be happy just making $200 instantaneously a day? That would give them $1,000 a week. People can psychologically relate to a $100 bill. Ask the average person out there, do you know what $1,000 looks like? They don't know. They have to go to Google to see what a $1,000 bill looks like. Ask the average person if they ever had a $1,000 bill in their wallet. The answer is no. $100 all day long. People have dreams of making a $100 bill. If you notice in all the marketing campaigns, it's always a $100 bill, never a $1,000 bill. You know why? Because the subconscious mind can't relate to $1,000. That's another training I'm teaching you for free. It's part of marketing. When you understand what I just said there, you can utilize that in your advertising campaigns, all right? Never show a $1,000 bill. That is absolutely ridiculous. People can't relate to it at the subconscious level. It's not real, okay? So now, Brenda brought in Wayne. You brought in Brenda as your second. You made $100. Brenda brought in Wayne. Now, what's Wayne going to do? He wants to qualify, so he brings in Tim. Well, guess where Tim goes? He goes to you. You make another $100. Tim wants to qualify. Guess what? Because you're Tim's sponsor now, because everyone's giving their firstborn up for adoption to you. Tim's going to bring in Terry. You make $100 again. You'd never met Terry in your life until Terry was introduced to you. Now you've become a relationship builder with Terry, Tim, Wayne, Brenda. Communicate with them. Send them a video every now and then. Welcome them to the team. Let them know who you are. Don't hide like some stiff hiding behind a computer. Okay? Introduce yourself. Build a relationship. A loyalty factor will kick in that you've never seen before. You can basically utilize these connections and other projects down the road if you want. All right? Now, you can bring in a third person. You can bring in a fourth person. You can bring in as many people as you want wide. And then based on the structure, it looks like everyone's giving one, who gives one, who gives one, who gives one, from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide. Everyone going down, you're getting their first sale. Did your recruiter sponsor them? No. You're just making the direct referred sale to somebody that was referred to you. And I've got a video on this if you want to see it, so don't worry about that. I've got a video, but I just want you to understand. You know, because some people say, well, I can't recruit more than 3 or 4 people possibly. No problem. You're going to get all their first sales from here to eternity anyhow. One who gets one, who gets one, who gets one, who gets one. Every first sale from anyone in your organization, any of those direct retail sales you've made, they all go to you, whether you like it or not. You can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? So if any of you are out there building a $1,000 business opportunity, if you're not using a leveraging platform for people that say, I can't afford $1,000 or $1,300, if you don't have a B option that has very strong principles and similarities to your $1,000 deal, whoever your teacher or mentor is totally sucks. Whoever is telling you that you can just focus on the one product, selling it for $1,300, you are burning through leads, you are burning through contacts. Remember the story I told you about the couple that said, well, I really like what it is you're doing, but I just don't have $1,000 right now. We'd be in a heartbeat. Well, if I could show you a way to get involved in it for $150, could you make that decision right now? Yes. How do you think some of us are making $70,000, $80,000 a week? Why? Because we were smart. Imagine going to a restaurant and the restaurant only has one item on the menu. How dumb is that? You know how many customers they're going to lose? You know how many prospects of potentially eating in that restaurant are going to walk out? Because it's not what they're not digging it right now. But then when you go to an international cuisine buffet, or you go to a restaurant that has a multiple variation of choices on their menu, isn't that cool? My wife likes to eat exotic foods. She loves sushi. She likes eating octopus and dragon's eyes and, you know, some of the most horrific things I've ever seen in my life. I run to the bathroom when I see it. I won't eat that. But throw in some chicken fried rice and throw in some, you know, normal things that don't have creepy crawlers walking on my forehead, I'll stay in the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, there's just so much to learn, and I'd really love to see it. I'd really love to get every single one of you the short video. I think it's about 17 to 20 minutes. It's not a rambling seminar like I'm doing tonight. But the reason for tonight's call is I just really wanted you to see my point. You can get off this call and say, man, that was a waste of time. Man, that guy's full of hot air. I can promise you this. I will bet you $10 million. Write the check. If you ever surpass me in income, you never will. None of you will ever be worth the amount of money that my family's worth, that I'm worth, the assets that we've accumulated if you deny yourself an opportunity to learn how to become a professional. If you think that spillover is going to make you rich, if you think your teacher and your mentor by telling you to join their downline and, you know, just shave your head and follow me is going to be enough, you're out of your freaking mind. I have no problem saying that. I don't mean that to offend you, but I'm not going to lie to you. A great teacher and a great mentor is not going to ask you to shave their head and follow them. A great teacher and mentor is going to teach you how to play the game so you can independently go out into the world of business and become a success story. Do you think I want my kids to live with me forever? Well, a part of me does, believe it or not, because I'm one of those sensitive dads. But when I leave this planet, and I told my wife this, you know what I told my wife? I said, Benita, Maya will never be ever, I will roll in my grave, Maya will never be dependent on a man in this lifetime to make her happy. I said, hell will freeze over before that ever happens. Because my wife's kind of old school, right? That a man needs to take care of the woman and the woman should stay at home and not work and all that. Ha! I mean, might be good for her, but in today's times, 2016, I love it when women make more money than men. I think it's awesome. You know? And my daughter is going to be a very successful lady in the game of life. As a matter of fact, all my kids are going to be, my sons and my daughters, plural. So I wanted to share that with you. There's so much more that I want to share with you tonight, but I don't want to hold you up here. You know, I don't want to hold you up here, but I can only hope and kind of pray. I just don't want to say that because it just sounds a little bit weird. I just hope that you all got something out of tonight's call. I hope you got value out of tonight's call. I really hope that I'm just not talking to a bunch of people that, you know, are clueless. I'm just being honest. I don't want to be talking to a bunch of people that just, you know, are clueless. The internet's full of clueless people. And I really hope that you all didn't come here to tonight's call hoping that I was going to show you some magic bullet and show you easy street and lie to you. Because people like to be lied to more than they like to be told the truth, I find on the internet. How do I know that? Because I see it in every business opportunity out there on the internet. You know, you've got a whole bunch of broke people pitching a whole bunch of broke people that can only duplicate a whole bunch of broke people. Not because Val Smith said so, because that's just a spiritual law. You can't recruit what you are not. You can only recruit what you are or less than. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of people always say, well, I wish I could recruit somebody of your caliber. Well, if you want to recruit somebody of my caliber or somebody of somebody else's caliber, you better be of their caliber. You got to have something to offer. Ladies, gentlemen, if you're going to marry somebody, if you're going to get into a relationship, and all of a sudden that person becomes really needy and has nothing to offer you in the relationship, only becomes an energy drainer, only abuses you, only manipulates you, only takes you for a ride, how long are you going to sit in that relationship for? Relationships are about celebrations, not tolerations. And I think we need to celebrate other people on the internet. And how do you do that? By learning, become educated, and implementing the tools that dictate who you are. It's all about you. No matter what I say on tonight's call, it's always going to be always about you. It's not about me. I'm just a stepping stone. But this is going to be your life. It's going to be your journey, and you're going to decide which way it's going to go. You can sit there and get off this call tonight and say, well, it sounded good and everything, you know, maybe someday. Here's a little exercise for you, okay? Get a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, I want you to write the number 1 on the left side, and then I want you to draw a line. Draw a horizontal line, and then I want you to put the number, let's say 80. Let's be nice. Let's say 80. Okay? So number 1 on the left and 80 on the right. That's an infinite line. Okay? It could go to infinity if you want it, but we'll cap it at 80. What that 1 represents is 1 year old. What the number 80 represents is your expiry date, potentially speaking, in the game of life. I want you to put a mark on that line. I want you to put a mark on that line. Where are you? You know where I am on that line? I'm 52 as I presently sit here. I'm going to be 53 next month. That's where I am at that line. And what matters to me is not what all these people do on the internet to manipulate each other, but what matters to me right now in this time and space is what I do with the remaining potentially 27 years of my life. What am I going to do to better your life? What am I going to do to better my life? What am I going to do to better the life of my family? What's my legacy going to be there? Am I going to sit here and say, nah, not interested, nah, not interested, nah, not interested, and then go back there and kind of be a has-been on the internet for another 10, 15, 20 years? Go to bed at night and get down on my knees? Dear God, please bring somebody into my life that will basically allow me to stay in bed and be brain dead and give me spillover. And I can get rich. All these people are going to come in, and I'm going to get rich, and I don't want to put any effort or energy into it. I don't want to evolve. I don't want to grow. I don't want to do anything. I just am entitled to making the money because I spent money. Just because you spent money on the internet doesn't mean you're entitled to squat. Spending money to get involved in a business opportunity allows you to get involved, and it allows you to become proactive, and it allows you to be productive. That's all it does. I guess it allows you to fail too. That's totally up to you. So I can ramble on. I just got so much, I don't even want to hang up the phone. There's so much I want to tell you guys tonight, from the lead capture pages, the video ones, to the static ones, to this unbelievable course that sold for $25,000 sitting in our back office when it was a live 5-day event. It's unbelievable. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put videos in the back office that are going to be like, maybe a minute and a half, 2-3 minutes long. And I'm going to basically give you tiny segments of information and education. I don't want to get into it where I talk for 15, 20, 30 minutes. As you can tell, there's a lot of data, a lot of information. But what if I broke it down into 3-minute module training courses? What to say on the phone? And I'll even allow you all to hear me in action. You'll hear me in action, live scenarios, phoning somebody up and getting back to them. What would I do or what would I say? How could I get them to say yes? To evaluating. These are all things that you should want to embrace and grab a hold of. I don't grab a hold of, hey man, take a position. I got a high position for you. Spill over, dude. Okay, just spill over. I get it. I get it, and I'm mocking it tonight. I'm mocking it tonight because been there, done that, and I don't see that it works. The only thing that I see that works for the superstars of this industry is them. Think of anyone that you know that is very successful on the internet. What is it that they do? They understand the I am principle. It's not about their company. It's about them. They sell themselves. And oh, by the way, this is the company I build. Oh, by the way, this is the downline you're going to be in. But it's still about me. It's about their training. It's about them. It's all about their branding. It's not about the name of the movie. It's about who stars in the movie. It's not about the hockey team. It's who the star is of the hockey team. It's not about the name of the the NFL football team or the name of the NBA basketball team. Who are the stars on the team? That's what people buy into. That's what people come out to see. That's what people pay for. People will pay for you. And as you sit here on this line right now, listening to this presentation, listening to what it is I'm telling you, do you think there are people that are out there on the internet that would be willing to pay for your time? If not, you want to be here at Mentoring Millionaires. People pay for me. They don't pay for the name of my company. Believe me when I say that. So with that, I'm going to say God bless, love you all in spirit. Kept you on for an hour. So much more that I could say. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I want to help you all make a lot of money because when you start making $100, $200, $300, we have some people, banging out $300, $400 a day. Someone will go out there and make have a $2,000 day in a couple days, every couple days or whatever. That's what creates stories. That's what creates movements. And you know what people want to know out there on the internet? You know what they really want to know out there on the internet outside of a little bit about who you are and what you're all about? They want to know if you've been paid. And when you work Mentoring Millionaires, the answer is yes. All right, guys? So listen, love you all in spirit. Have a great night. We'll talk soon. Get back to the person that put you here. If somebody invited you to this call and you see a silver lining here, look forward to talking to you, or they look forward to talking to you. Have them three-way you into me. And if you come into this business and you want Tracy and I to help support you building this business, meaning, you generate some leads in a contact manager, you generate some people that say, yeah, I want to know more about it, we'll be here to help you do three-way calls. I don't want to see any of you walk the desert alone. Okay? If that happens, I'm going to be pretty pissed. Okay? So let's make it happen, guys. Love you all in spirit. Have a great night. Bye for now.